I completely forgot about my opening strategy. So, you got Mika. You have Chasm. So, I guess because we have mass agility on so many party members, you can have Rapids just so you do something with your turn. But that would... yeah, I guess you can have Breeze. Especially if I can stay in the Kabushi class. I think I'm gonna be like using synergy for most of my defense and offense boosting. This is just important. This is just important for the first turn. Old. I might be pushing it to say that it's almost been a year since the first release already, but it's getting up there. Anyways, we're level 30. I think Geyser Crash would still do more, but Roaring Dragon is Roaring Dragon. I feel like I gotta show it off at least once. After turn 1, almost forgot. We gotta actually see where in the pattern Lord of Djinn is. Because otherwise it could bite us in the butt. Oh, I could have just gave... Could have just gave Bind to me or something. But instead I'm sacrificing a Wish user. Okay, it's not the summon, but can't be too safe. The Ruthless Blind... That means Ruthless Bind is coming up next turn. So... maybe I'll just... because I'm still setting up. I hate to have my speed drop this soon. Maybe I'll try pausing it, just setting the Djinn instead of summoning it so I have it back right away. I don't have to worry about it being on standby by the time the summon comes along. You know what? While I'm in the ninja class, might as well use mass agility. Unless there's another Djinn that I can use to... oh, I did go for Rapid already. You know what? Might as well go for Vine. Get Ramses handy and ready to go. So... let's go for Resist. Feels a little too early to go for Parade. No, I'm gonna just set, because not having Mia have Wish is scary. Plus it gives me... plus her being White Mage also gives me access to probably the most powerful water move we get, minus the one that we got from the equipment from the last super boss. But because of self-impulse rules, might as well. You see, it's kind of a bittersweet thing. Oh, that's right, wasn't I gonna just set Wade so I have it handy again? But what if I go for water summon damage? Looks like Garrett is slightly slower than Isaac. I'm not sure if it's a chance that I should take, but I kind of want to go for it. Actually, I don't know why I thought I had speed boost already. Probably because I went for it turn 1 and got paused by ground or something. No, it's okay. We can still make this work out though. The Spa. Go for Summon. Better late than never for a Rapid. And... we can play around with this Freeze Plasm. Or Prism. Anyway, like, I started saying on last stream, I don't know why there's more to the story than before, but long story short, like, I was so proud of the super boss that I play it for fun on my spare time, even when I was well past the phase of playtesting. TBH, the super boss fight is more fun when you just mute the music of Isaac's theme and, like, pull up your favorite rendition of Jenna's theme. But I mean, at least we get a good opportunity for Isaac's themes to rise and shine. Granted, like, if the editor had the tools to customize the music, probably would take advantage of that. So I'll admit, I kind of it may be hard to believe, but pretty much all of this, majority of the work with Dawn of Djinn was made right in the editor itself. Only secondary tool that I really used was tied to... let me get this turned out before I forget. Really no... You think with 2 Mercury Djinns that I would at least have access to some water synergy. Been a little bit since we boosted our resistance, I suppose. And just in case I forgot to heal with anyone. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say was majority of Dawn of Djinn was made within the editor itself. I did use a second tool called GL or GS Toolkit for the text technically. But what it is like I still made most of the text edits in Dawn of Djinn itself, but because of the wonky things of using the Lost Age editor in Golden Sun 1, you can change text, but it doesn't actually... You can change text in Golden Sun 1 with the editor, but it doesn't save. However, if you then take, let's call it game. If you take the game that you edited and then put it into like GLS Toolkit, then all the text changes you made will register, and things like this would normally be granted, but after putting the GLS tool editor, or Golden Sun Toolkit, I think is the name of it. I might bounce between names because I don't have them all refrained in memory. Point being, you put it for the other tool though, and then it registers that you made the text changes. Like, that's kind of adds into the whole origin stories of Dawn of Djinn. I know I've told the story of how this initially started as just a hard mode mod, like I was just going to make the numbers bigger and leave it at that. That's the biggest reason why the classes are so neutral. Obviously there's some exceptions like the jacked up line, and the minor changes I did make to try elemental classes. But it did just start as a hard mode with bigger numbers. And like randomly blabbling in the Discord of how it would be cool to mess around with Djinns and items, but trying to communicate that it's different when you literally can't change the text would be impossible. That's when I got recommended to just take the game that I've edited and put it into this other tool to get the changes to actually register, and Dawn of Djinn basically became its own beast from there. Alright. Oh shoot, you remember the part of the stream when I said I gotta be careful not to get so caught up in commentary that I forget what the heck Lord of Djinn is doing? Guess what just happened? I'm gonna just Chasm to be on the safe side, because I legit do not remember what the Lord of Djinn... Cool. That was the turn I was supposed to use Wade. Oh well. I guess Chasm's the second best thing I could do, because we could get crippled, but at least we won't die because we can't retaliate on that same turn. Still ain't looking that great if I gotta be frank. I mean, we're full on health, so I think we can recover. No, if only this was Lost Age and I could like do a dual mix summon just to use up these Djinns quicker. I'm gonna be crazy, because I do just want to use up the Djinns. Just because I don't know how many boosts you got. It's kind of unfortunate There's a lot of great things with Golden Sun's UI, especially when you take the time to remember that as a GBA game. But there are some very glaring flaws, and one of them is the fact that, unlike like say modern Pokemon, you can't actually see. You can only see your boosts and drops. You can't see the enemies. So it makes it kind of impossible to know if I'm gonna get outsped or not. Like don't want to see exactly how much speed they have. That would be too much weight. But being able to tell if they like boost their attack and defense, whether or not I'm wasting my turn going for a break on them, little stuff like that would be fantastic. Maybe someday if there's a Golden Sun HD. Oh, we don't really have as many people with the resistance up as I thought. So yeah, I should probably throw resist onto things a little bit more, just to get up to Djinns, and to get a little bit of resistance boost up at the same time. Get 2 birds with 1 stone and all that. There really isn't a way for me to actually get wish on someone else. Like, it might be a little better of a setup to actually have double wish. Actually, what's my Djinn charm? Bluff. Maybe I should have made a kite so I could pass Ivan's turn over. Pass over Ivan's turn a little bit more often. I guess Rapid would be a bad alternative, especially because I remembered that I gotta do Breeze because Isaac is going for the summon. Oh, I kinda needed to focus more on non-synergy this turn anyways. Not bad. Ivan's turn didn't go to waste. We're gonna get the summon off on Mia, and I believe Garrett's actually going for Vine or something. For not paying any attention to what was going on with Lord Djinn, not a bad turn. Still, I would argue, not a bad turn. Could have gone worse. Okay, so... I forgot Isaac has Wish too. I think I'll wait a turn for using Spot just to make sure. Because Mia can't Wish until she gets the summon back. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to have someone have capability. Could have had more... The temptation to go for Doom's Squall is hard. At least I can show up Dark Void. Like, I gotta learn how to actually do the whole synergy recovery thing on the enemies. It's one of those things that exist in the game but don't quite work right in the editor. But I feel like that would be so much more effective for things like these boss fights, rather than just give them so much max synergy that you almost have to stall out the battle in order to have them lose. To have a situation where they have so much synergy point where it would be basically impossible for them to run out. And yet, like, I've had battles like this go on long enough that synergy can still run out. So it overall would be much more efficient if I could just go for have the enemies recover synergy every turn instead. And that way I could like have moves that drain synergy actually have a purpose, but not be completely overpowered. Or completely ruin any boss patterns that I would have in mind. Actually, as much as I want to show off Magneto, I think it's time to like start building up for the summon. Let's just go for this because I can. And sure, a Pure Wish just to be on the safe side. Yeah, as you might be able to tell, I'm not really gonna find attacking Djinns too useful for this fight in particular. Things like Angular can be fine because I get synergy points out of it. But overall, not going to worry too much. This might be a good turn to go for Mirage because I think I might actually get outsped. I think one more time for Magneto. Because I don't have to worry about it being too broken if this is the luck we've been having with it. Actually, of course you have Mirage. Because my alternative's going for Chasm and I'd rather save that. So this fight will probably go on so long that there'll be plenty of opportunities to actually get Mirage. Good. I think I should take a break from using Djinns just so I have an opportunity to actually get our Djinnies back enough to have a full class and all that. I think at this point we've seen everything that's going on in the fight, and it's mostly just enduring the battle long enough to reach the end. Not forgetting things like using Wei to prevent unfavorable attacks from getting in the way and stuff like that. Wow, I went for Mirage, and still kind of worried about how much I'm hurting, but everyone has a speed boost. I should be able to just lead off with Mia doing Pure Wish and be all hunky-dory. Going one more time for Mirage just to see if I can, or for Soul Blade just to see if I can get Magneto. This and Pure Wish to assure we stay in a good situation. I also talked a lot about just how it's going to have Gira and Kabushi to actually have defense boosting, but he's basically been intentionally. So, for trying to replicate Magneto, you can say, I tried. Works out pretty well, all things considered. So that is a solid amount of damage, but I think with things like Pume Edge, we can do almost as much and do it much more consistently. It's a little weird to say about the Soul Blade, but I swear it has the same exact stats as Lost Age. Maybe I don't have the multiplier as bad in order for balance sake, but I do recall it being close. Right. We just gotta wait one more turn and then we can start having fun. 5-6 move pool. Okay, we got Kabushi back, so before I mess around with it with any more Djinns, might as well start boosting our defense a little. This is gonna be resisted, but not sure how often we'll actually have an opportunity to try it. Let's go for a Pyroclasm. Yep. Strongest fire move in the game. Only did that much. I knew it's gonna be bad, but at least we got to see it in action. Okay, it's wait time. Just after we see who's getting nerfed today. Did I go for 2 wishes in one turn? It's fine, at least there was health for us to recover from. But that's one other thing I forgot to talk about, like differences between Dawn of Djinn and Heartbreak. Heartbreak is the one that has more damage, but in order to try to balance it out, so like this would be objectively weaker, but if you're going for spread moves, they would survive an equal amount of time. Dawn of Djinn has an auto heal. I mean, I could go for Geyser Crash, Or we can see what Roaring Dragon looks like. Don't want to hype it up too much because it might be a little disappointing in the long run, but who has... Actually, there's a lot of people who are stats down, so let's just go for the spread moves after all. Oh, that's right! This is the turn that I need to use Wade. Oof. And that's probably why my defense is so bad. It's just Grandiose effect. But it is basically... But mechanically it's the same as Dark Dawn's Roaring Dragon, just like Fume, but Earth. Alright, now they're trying to recover from that whole mess, so it was nice to show off new moves, but I think we should stick to what optimally works the best. Speaking of which, can I spice things up with some items to go in the mist? I know I said I'd be less stingy with Spy Miracle because this is literally last fight, but Garrett barely has lost any synergy. It just would feel so much of a waste. Oh, that's right. They boosted their speed, so they're outspeeding me. Neat. Well, in case you were worried about the fight going too well. Oh hey, you know that Roaring Dragon actually did more. The magic of Fume like moves. I mean, I'm sure if I actually took the time to boost up my attacks, then I could make Ice or Crash do more than Roaring Dragon. Like boost my attacks, maybe get a little elemental boost. I don't know. I think what I really need is a speed boost, and need to figure out the best way to get that. Oh, that's right. I have a whole Ginny whose gimmick is reviving. Why don't I just go for that? And then just wish well for safety. Oh, that's right, it's summoning turn. Well, at least I decided to go for my revive with a Djinn instead of a synergy, so I couldn't worry about, like, that happening. It's gonna suck because I can't wish this turn and I'm gonna be really hurting after this punishment, I can tell already. Oh my god, Mia just barely survived it. It might have actually been more ideal if she didn't survive, because then there's a chance Doom could have got her back up. Ooh. Okay, where's Chasm? This is an emergency. I almost want to double down Chasm and Mirage. But yeah, Filter 2, which I can take care of my Synergy Seal problem. Survivability is more important at the end of the day. And let me take care of one of these. Or I could just go for a Clarity Clover. Now I am getting, Isaac in particular is getting kind of low on synergy, so maybe alleviate that before it gets to be too much energy. Oh great. Shoot, Isaac is the one that is gonna be healing. That's why we go for Chasm. At least Mineral, or at least we can go for Wish next turn. Kinda worried though, because I haven't a good opportunity to Wish. I mean, we do have Mirage. I'll just go for Ramsey because I don't trust myself to actually get that Djinn back sooner. I'm gonna just go for this. It's the last fight. Why not? That way I get a little something out of it over than healing. And I'm not going overkill with like going 3 AoE heals in a single turn. I think the big priority right now though is getting Mia more full on health. And I think we can sort everything else from there. We got a filter, so we can, like, get rid of some of these filters over our faces. But we got water. You know what? I'm looking for a summon anyways. I think it just went through Brown last turn. Oh, what am I thinking? Wade has priority. It should have priority, at least. And sure, filter, just so I can stop dealing with Synergy Seal, but who should summon? If I can have me get an element boost though. Yeah, if we can get tier 4 summon. Taking a bit of risk because I didn't take a chance to look at my speed and I'm not doing a heal this turn. But they're only getting attack total twice compared to normal 3. This could be big. Because if it doesn't take out Lord of Djinn, then when we get to do prisms, like, mwah. And we got AoE healing. And I think we got it under control from here. Can't take Heartbreak themselves too much for granted. Because they're the ones that attacked twice, and they hit pretty hard. But the Lord of Djinn, without the Lord of Djinn, not only do we not have to worry about micromanaging our Djinns and make sure that we like pause it for certain attacks and that, it was doing a lot of support moves and heavy hits. So between that and not being able to just at least I'll feel pretty comfortable just leaving not messing with my Djinns and just going for tri-elemental classes. I say we'd be looking pretty right about now. Also, I just realized I forgot to actually make a local recording backup. It's fine. I've been having pretty good time with streams lately and not having things crash. Though, of course, the one time I did make the local backup would be the perfect time to have a crash, but I guess we'll sort it out from there. We defeated Lord of Djinn, so even if like parts of this fight are probably gonna get cut anyways. Speed down just to rub salt into the wounds, I guess. I just realized I never used a side miracle once this entire fight. Well, I'm gonna go ahead with so heavy with the synergy that I pretty much have to use it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Remember this thing, just because the Lord of Djinn sound doesn't mean it's safe yet. I'm not sure about that side miracle, but I found a perfect opportunity to use a water alive as far as I'm concerned. Okay. We use Vine, that's good. I think Chasm, just to make sure we don't just instantly die. Probably should... Cool, you have anti-toxins. I should use that to make sure you don't die. Oh, great. But wishing... I think having a full party is slightly more important. Oh. I'm not used to... I'm not used to Garrett being faster, and it costs me. Okay. We've come too far to give up, Lish. I think I just have to focus between doing those two things until we get everyone else back up on their feet. It's not like she's gonna be getting back the damage that we've dealt to her. Might not be a bad idea to check about my resistance while we're here. You can revive. We've been holding on these gyms for too long. You can summon and wish. I think once we get all of our Djinnies back on set, we won't have any more fortunate accidents like this. Well, this would be a good time to check to see if it's stats boost as well as stats debuffs that are reset. Of course they're not. Of course we still have to deal with that. Alright, so... just so I can summon and get a little more justification out of things. Just to make sure you're reset back. Rapid. I know I was just talking about using up Djinns, or just getting all of our Djinns back onto set. But I think things like the speed boost and the defense buff I think all that's more than worth it. Because it's more efficient to do it this way than it is to do it for synergy. Especially because now I can just summon them back and we can work taking back to normal proper then. As you might have saw in the first attempt, you can definitely see like how being Deathbeard first can make this fight easier. Like, if we were to actually use ground and just be able to just pause it whenever we want without actually relying on having the Djinn set or not, like, that would take all the guesswork out of that. I almost think it's almost a little too broken, despite the fact that I intentionally like made it so expensive synergy cost to discourage that. I kind of wonder if synergy's not enough, because like, I have not even been using my freaking side miracles. Like, I could use ground every turn right now, and probably still have enough synergy recovery to go around, so I guess more things to ponder for version 2 whenever that comes around. Like, I don't really have too much to talk about with Dawn of Djinn version 2/second mix lately, because I'll be honest, I don't think I've worked on it in about what feels like a month. I've just been so focused on trying to finish up Sweet Expedition, especially because I've been working on a side mode. And despite its length, like, I've been putting a lot into it for how small it is, and I really think it's been paying off and gonna add a lot of replayability that, even though, like, it might seem even shorter than Sweet Expedition because it's just a little demo, the replayability that I've added into this alternative game mode might actually make it longer than Sweet Expedition, at least the game jam release. And as it stands, I wasn't planning on doing too much with Sweet Expedition story and map-wise beyond what's already in it, so yeah, it might be even longer than what's currently of Sweet Expedition. I gotta correct myself though, cause excuse me. Thinking more about it, Sweet Expedition probably isn't too bad. Like, Sweet Expedition will still be longer, if only because I could just apply some of the replayability options that I'm doing for this demo into Sweet Expedition proper. I'm trying to like talk about it without revealing too much, so sorry if things are a little vague. I wanted to make a trailer for it, but I'm still caught up working on it. But I haven't had a chance to like edit a video together for it. And at this point, I kind of think I might as well just wait until that demo is done and then show it off there. Maybe Tonight I was going to actually like record a small clip to actually share via YouTube as a video, but I got so caught up in everything that in particular never really panned out. Cause like, I spent the morning working on it, then I went out for a walk for Pokemon Go Community Day. I might as well finish up now, because I think this fight is over. I don't think he's gonna survive another Bolsies after all this punishment. So yeah, I was out with Pokemon Go Community Day. Spent a little time trying to clean up my room and get things a little organized, because I've been so fixated on working on projects lately that I never even that I don't really like take time to clean and organize things like I should. And then there was like that community day walk that took a little bit, and I was gonna just chill, but I was like, I was gonna chill afterwards, but I had all this stuff in front of me and I'm just like, there we go. Finish the story. I had all this stuff. The point being, I ended up working on Sweet Expedition even more. Pretty much right up to the stream. It's almost good that I'm gonna take a break, if only so I can focus on that. So Heartbreak's down, so we get 2 rewards. We get the Heroic Charm and Draconic Mitts.